Well, I have to say, I guess congratulations are in order. You got your championship belt back. It had to be handed to you, but you got it back. But then you went out there with a guy that a lot of people hate, including myself, and you took him to the very brink and you beat him. And you can say whatever you want about Sami Callihan. He's a world-class competitor. So anybody who can stand in the ring and give that type of beating to Callihan out there with that whole OVE crew out there and can come out with that still belonging to them, that's somebody that deserves a round of applause. And we share and whether you're aware or not of this, we share something in common. Because many, many moons ago, I stood at the front door of Al Snow's and I asked that man to teach me wrestling. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have done anything I've done in the business, because he taught me what I know, just like he's been teaching you and so many other amazing people in this industry. So I'm going to cut to the chase here. Impact Wrestling was proud to be here. We go around. We love to partner with great companies like OVW. We like to feature great talent like you. And then sometimes we like to take that talent and bring it to the bright lights, put it under the bright lights in front of 120 countries around the world. And I'll tell you what, you'll have to earn that contract, but if you want it, you're going to have an opportunity to step in an Impact ring on Impact Television and show the entire world, myself, and everybody else, if you got what it takes to be on national and worldwide television week in and week out. Congratulations, I'll see you soon.
Welcome into Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. OVW Television is on the air.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, she is the 93-year-old wrestling extraordinaire, Thunderkitty.
93? I believe it's actually
And
97 years old.
Already in the ring, Valerie Verman.
I think Thunderkitty just let Mercy know that she was getting her facts straight. She is 97 years young, Gilbert. Look at her.
Gilbert Corsi alongside Ted McNaylor and Josh Ashcraft. We are hot off the heels of a spectacular event, Clash in the Bluegrass. And first, I want to say thank you to the wrestling community, the Louisville, Kentucky community that helped that spectacular event between OVW versus Impact Wrestling be a sellout and one that the wrestling world is still abuzz about online, Josh.
Well, as a rousing success was Clash in the Bluegrass, and it has been all the wrestling world's been talking about since it happened last Saturday night.
The first event of a new partnership between OVW and Impact Wrestling, and a partnership that has really ignited the locker room.
That it has. Everyone knows that eyes are on them. Not that they weren't before, but especially now that the stakes are even higher, there's opportunity at the table every time you're in that ring.
competition gets even greater for minutes on OVW television. You're sure to find new superstars emerging week after week. Case in point here with one Thunderkitty. Josh, what do you know?
Thunderkitty, the 97-year-old wrestling sensation.
You can't hit a senior citizen like that.
You can't, but Valerie Verman doesn't seem to care. You know, Thunderkitty is cut from the same cloth as Mildred Burke and June Byers. Cover here.
The Kitty's on top here. The leg is hooked, and Valerie Verman is out in 2.
You know, I actually went up to Thunderkitty backstage, Doc, try to talk to her a little bit, and all she kept screaming was that I was on her lawn. I have no idea what that means.
Well, it means you need to get off of it because Thunderkitty doesn't mess around.
Valerie Verman's finding that out firsthand, Gil.
Didn't you say that Thunderkitty once had an affair with Frank Gotch?
I never said it was an affair. There's a little bit of a scandal with Frank Gotch. I heard there was one with George Tolos, too, but...
Using the ropes to her advantages, Miss Thunderkitty been wrestling, according to her, since 1946.
Part of that 50s wrestling boom, Doc, is Thunderkitty, who moves pretty good for...
Miss Valerie just felt the boom.
What, at 100, don't you become a centurion?
I think so. You know, I heard that she taught Mae Young everything she knew. Wait a second, roll up.
Again, Thunderkitty gets around good for somebody who's 97 years old.
Well, you know,
and not to be, well, from what I can see so far, she is not to be taken lightly in the ring.
Certainly not. You know, the secret with her being able to maintain her energy and just her ability to get in the ring is getting in with these youngins and showing them how to wrestle.
She's wrestling around with femme fatales who are a third of her age. She's not only old enough to be her grandmother, and in Thunderkitty's mind, she's old enough to be their great-great-grandmother.
Well, I don't think that stops Thunderkitty. Oh, running knee. I don't think that stops Thunderkitty from putting a whooping on those great-grandchildren.
Talk about the competition growing here in OVW. We already know, ladies and gentlemen, the main event for the April edition of the Saturday Night Special, as Valerie Verman's caught in a Boston Crab here in the middle of the ring.
Well, Boston Crab would be a very, very painful maneuver, and for someone who's 97 years young, you can guarantee.
Look at Kitty drag
her
back to the middle of the ring, and this one's over.
Your winner, the 97-year-old wrestling extraordinaire, Thunderkitty.
Another successful outing for the pride of Gulfport, Mississippi, Thunderkitty.
Cat scratch fever is running wild in the Davis Arena.
Go nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. The main event for the Saturday Night Special, Colton Cage, Dustin Jackson, inside a cage, the contract signing tonight.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
It doesn't matter if you go out a day in your life. Within 4 to 6 weeks, we're gonna teach you how to weld.
Excuse me. Hey, where are the knobs on this TV so I can turn it off?
Who are you?
Who am I? You don't know who I am? I'm the 97-year-old lady wrestler extraordinaire, Thunderkitty.
Damn,
What?
prune juice, you be illin'. What's that I smell? Cigarettes and Vicks?
Well, I guess you two just think you're so cool, like you're a couple of motion picture stars. Well, I'll tell you what, you ain't no Laurel and Hardy. As a matter of fact, you look like a couple of circus clowns to me. Get out of my way.
Hardy.
are heading to the April edition of the Saturday Night Special, April the 6th, right here in Davis Arena, outside the law, inside a cage, brought to you by the Night School of Welding, Cricket Wireless, Lemmy Law, and Game Exchange. And what is Sam Thompson doing out here?
And the U.S. Army.
What? It's a good question, Gilbert. What is he doing out here?
He's not on my rundown.
Yeah, me either. Doc, you know something I don't?
I just heard apparently he had some kind of grievance, and Dean Hill is allowing him to.
You know, guys, every time I come out here, I give 110%. I leave it all in the ring. And lately, for the past couple months, it hasn't been doing me justice. I've been losing over and over again. I need to prove myself. And that's exactly why a couple weeks ago I came out here for the Cash Flo Chop Shop Challenge. Not only to get money, but to prove myself to all of you.
Let it go, Sam. Let it go.
So Cash,
Oh, no.
I know you're back there. Give me one more opportunity. One more chance to prove myself right here tonight in the Cash Flo Chop Shop Challenge.
You know, Sam Thompson feels like he's owed not just $1,000, but $2,000.
He just straight up called out Cash Flo. This might be his last night in OVW.
He doesn't know when to
Come on,
quit,
Cash,
does he,
please,
fellas?
come on.
Is he for real?
Sam, this is a mistake, bud.
You know, Sam's been battered. He's been
Cash,
bruised
come
in
on,
this Chop
please,
Shop
please.
Challenge.
I need to prove myself. Come on.
Trying to out-chop Cash Flo, but he has not given up, and he has not backed down, and the kid makes a good point. He never gave up in either of the challenges that he was involved in.
When I grew up, my mom always said, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And Sam is about to get his just desserts.
Cash Flo coming out here. Even Cash thinks Sam's maybe a little bit out of his mind for challenging him.
6'5", 365 pounds, chops like hands like a meat cleaver.
Yeah.
Out of his mind. That means he had a mind to begin with.
Are you absolutely sure, kid? Ducky, what do you have to prove?
Cash makes a point.
Take a look at me, Duck. Take a look at me. I'm 6'4", I'm 340 pounds. Are you absolutely sure? Does money mean that much to you? Before you answer, of course it does. I accept the shop is open.
Oh, no.
One more thing. There's a fine line between pleasure and pain, and I'm gonna take extreme pleasure causing you all kinds of pain.
I love it when Cash Flo thinks like that.
And before you start getting on me for a correction, my size estimates were pretty dang close. I look at Cash Flo, I guess 6'5", 365.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Josh is being called to the ring to hold the cash, and
I wish I had the measuring tape to measure Sam's chest size prior to the match because
is this a mistake? Is Sam
Yes.
Thompson is Boy Wonder biting off more than he can chew here in Cash Flo?
The answer to all those is yes, Gilbert.
You know, what Sam Thompson lacks in size, he makes up for in heart.
Well, I think Cash Flo might chop the heart right out of his chest.
That
just
is
a few seconds.
That is a huge stack of hundreds he just gave me, Gilbert. Look at this.
Are we up to $3,000 this week?
Looks like a little more than three.
Can
Where
I
are we going after the show?
Can I get a loan?
No. You'll have to speak with the Bank of Cash Flo on that one.
Yeah, the never say die attitude of Sam Thompson. Ooh. Oh, gosh.
Keep in mind, folks, I mean, you can't really feel sorry for Sam because he asked for this.
Oh, that is true. And the thing about Sam, I'll give him credit for getting in there against Cash. Not many men
Yeah, but look.
would try to get in there for a third time.
Thompson was knocked down to one knee. Cash did not budge. He planted his feet and did not budge. Oh, my. Oh. That's a sickening thud, and I think half of it went to the throat.
I mean, Sam tried to turn, and I think he ended up exposing his trachea to Cash Flo and just chopped the heck out of him.
Well, he tried a little bit more spice on it. Oh my God, is it possible that they're getting harder?
It seems that way.
It's like getting hit with a boat oar.
Listen to the will of the proverbial 12th man here in Davis Arena. The OVW faithful, they really love Sam Thompson. And how can you not? How can you not like a kid who just will never back down?
Because it's annoying.
Yeah, very easily.
Stay in your league, man.
What? Sam ducking the chops of Cash.
And he's firing off several rounds, and this is what happened before. Flo gets
Sam.
frustrated. Flo gets frustrated with Sam Thompson's grit.
And he just buckle bombed Sam into oblivion in that corner. You know, it's admirable of Sam to come out here, but Cash is just too big, too mean, and too powerful.
Does Thompson get the money? He never gave up.
He didn't out-chop Cash Flo, though.
No, he didn't, but he also is not moving.
I guess Cash Flo's heading back to his bank.
You have to assure them and protect them from the idea that they have to pick one. They have to be able to love both of their parents as much as they want to. What makes this really difficult is your spouse may not be sending that same message, and you have to do it anyway. That's what's important. Your children want to know what's going to happen to them. They have to know that they're loved, and they have to know that they're allowed to love both of their parents. And you have to hold that line, even if you're the only one doing it.
Once again, you're ducking and dodging us. Every time you find an escape route. This past Saturday at the Impact pay-per-view, what happens? You didn't pin us, you pinned the Void. Not us. So, can we get a fair shot? You guys just seem to love ducking and dodging us. Come on, man. Man up. Man up.
You guys are supposed to be champions, but you have to cheat us time and time again. Let me tell you something, fellas. You guys can run. You can run, you can run, you can run. But sooner or later, there's not going to be anywhere else to run.
And let me tell you something. April 6th, we want you. You two versus us two. That's it. Nobody else involved. Put the titles on the line. Man up. Because April 6th, you're the prey and we're the predators. So get ready, because we're coming for the titles.
Long live the real kings of OVW.
The following is a Gauntlet contest for the OVW Television Championship. Introducing first to the ring, Tanner Riddle.
We talked about the thirst and competition in OVW right now with this new partnership with Impact Wrestling, the locker room full of hungry young superstars looking to break out and steal the spotlight on the international stage, and that is what's brought Tanner Reynolds back to OVW. We haven't seen this face for a very long time.
And the opponent, Dimes.
But we have seen Dimes around, who picked up a huge victory at Clash of the Bluegrass against the one, the only Sin Bodie, the World of Weird.
The biggest win of Dimes' young career. In fact, at Clash in the Bluegrass, I gotta say that Dimes looked like $1 million.
I see what you did there.
Well played, but Dimes might have looked like $1 million, but he's in there with a self-professed scumbag, Tanner Reynolds.
Yeah, Tanner Reynolds, the kind of superstar who's not afraid to cut corners to get the job done. What he calls win by any means necessary.
Well, and as he should, the man that leads what he likes to call the Reynolds Revolt, because he's revolted by all of you. In there with Dimes now. It's a face, you're right, Gilbert, we haven't seen here in a few years in OVW.
Revolted by all of us, but a dear, close, longtime personal friend of yours, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't you mean repulsed?
Yeah, that too.
Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about Clash in the Bluegrass. It was the night of nights for Tony Gunn, who defeated Sami Callihan with the OVW heavyweight title on the line. I'm going to have a one-on-one interview with our OVW heavyweight champion later on in this hour. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, the contract signing between Cage and Dustin Jackson for the main event of the Saturday Night Special, April 6th. Cage is inside the cage. The battle of the
That he is, but let's not get ahead of ourselves as these two are still have an opportunity here to get the television championship if they can go through the gauntlet. And Tanner Reynolds is taking Dimes to task.
Super duper sized gauntlet this time. Look at this. Oh! From Dimes, front handspring into the cutter. That's the way he defeated Sin Bodhi, and he picks up another victory in the gauntlet. Talk about somebody who's really stepped up here with this greater exposure. It is Dimes.
Introducing the next competitor.
Go for it again.
Nigel manages to catch Dimes in a waistlock as he's coming for that handspring again.
These two are longtime training partners. In fact, their first professional wrestling match in OVW was against each other.
That it was. We see a standing switch that they go through.
I believe it was just a few weeks ago these two had an opportunity to go at it in another television title gauntlet, and they were very impressive. I can't wait to see what happens here.
Drop kick to the face. And look at the speed of these two, Gilbert.
Talk about how the gauntlet scenario has really changed the game and raised the stakes in the television title division here in OVW.
It makes it that much more exciting, much more. You don't know who's going to walk away with the television championship. I mean, in a gauntlet match, anyone can win.
Yeah, the championship advantage is gone. The champion doesn't know where they're going to be in the gauntlet. If you're counted out or you're disqualified, you can lose your title.
That's true. I mean, over the last few weeks, we've had a different champion every week. I mean, there were a few weeks that Justin Smooth managed to walk away with the title week after week, but really the last few weeks, it's been every man for himself, been someone different.
I mean, it's been since it was Colton Cage when the gauntlet started. Then it became Justin Smooth.
Pin.
Then it became Zoe. Then it went back to Colton Cage last week.
And Shiloh, can't remember the king of the streets.
Shiloh Jones. So we've seen 5 different television champions in less than 2 months.
Monkey flip puts Dimes way up in the air.
Could Nigel be the next television champion? We got to take a timeout. OVW continues.
Personal Fitness and Rehabilitation is the official training and medical partner for Ohio Valley Wrestling. Personal Fitness and Rehabilitation is designed to help manage spine, hip, and knee pain both before and after surgery. Personal Fitness and Rehabilitation will ensure that you reach and maintain your lifestyle and fitness goals. Get back in the game of life. Call 502-875-4737 for an appointment now, or visit www.pfrhealth.com to learn more. Your life, your health, better.
Welcome to the show. Do you really want to know? Taking all you're giving and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
Back here in Davis Arena, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. This a television title gauntlet match that has cover here, shoulders on the mat.
And that's about what's been going on the last 2 minutes during the break. It's been catch as catch can, one man trying to out-wrestle the other, and neither one has really been able to take the advantage.
Dimes has already advanced against Tanner Reynolds. Nigel came into the ring right before the break.
And throughout the break, it's been nothing but the two of these guys putting on an absolute wrestling clinic, but you know, it really shows that some of these guys coming out here, you can't have a strategy. You've got to be able to rely on what's brought you to the dance, and that's your skill and ability, right, Gilbert?
Indeed, this is a super duper sized gauntlet match. This started as 6 superstars, five challengers and the champion. And I think this week we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 9 superstars in the gauntlet this week.
What does Dean Hill have against Colton Cage? First, Colton was champion when Dean started this stupid rule. Now he's increasing the superstar number?
Again, it goes back to that thirst for competition.
I'd say no thanks. I'm not thirsty. As we see Nigel here, almost too quick to call with the reversals. Very nice hammerlock into a schoolboy.
Roll up here, and Nigel advances.
Dimes has been eliminated.
Uh-oh.
Nigel tied Dimes up in a knot.
That's some familiar music, though. It's usually...
Nigel may have some knots in his stomach because the next person in on this gauntlet is his tag team partner.
Introducing the next competitor, Chase Destiny.
This is the epitome of every man for themselves, guys.
Well, it truly is. I mean, these two guys are tag team partners. They know each other in and out, but right now that does not matter in the TV title tournament. Takedown there by Nigel. Crucifix by Chase.
As they say, competition can create contempt. The TV title meaning more than the friendship amongst the Void here.
Former tag team partners. Well, I guess, but really they are still tag team partners. They just competed last week.
Nigel's shoulders are on the mat, and who knows you better than your tag team partner, Doc?
That's true here. I don't believe these two have ever had a chance to really tangle it up in the ring. I would give probably the size and strength advantage to Chase, but the agility and just the quick skill to Nigel.
Chase.
Butterfly effect out of Chase Destiny.
And is advancing in Chase's Destiny.
Nigel Winters has been eliminated.
Well, and Gilbert, you see there directly after the pinfall, Chase checking on his tag partner, Nigel Winters, almost as a sorry buddy, nothing personal.
Introducing the next competitor, William Lutz.
And Lutz wastes no time. You know, Chase Destiny comes into this gauntlet off the biggest win of his career. Man, look at the action, so fast.
Another cover.
I tell you, the ref is getting a workout here.
I'm getting a workout just talking, Gil.
Backslide. Take the words right out of my mouth.
You owe me a...
I do play-by-play here. Do you remember that?
Shut up.
Again, Chase Destiny's shoulders are on the mat, but he's out in 2. But I should say that Destiny coming off a huge, the biggest victory of his young career. Last week, Chase Destiny put Crazy Steve inside the casket.
That was one of, honestly, the wildest contests I have seen in OVW history, and even out here calling it from ringside, I did not feel safe.
Complete with a fork. Fork uses weapons.
As we see Chase Destiny with a huge knee to William Lutz, throws him into the corner. Lutz goes for the springboard.
Into the cover, shoulders are on the mat, and Destiny's out in 2.
Hit that nice springboard cross body. It wasn't quite enough.
You know, Gilbert, I wanted to point something out to you. We've been talking about how it's every man for himself. You don't really have a chance to prepare for an opponent in a situation like this. This TV title tournament really brings out the best of the competitors that we have in the locker room, the ones that move on in advance. It shows the true skill.
Destiny trying to advance, but he can only find a 2 again.
Whoa!
Lutz with a crossbody block, shoulders on the mat now for Chase Destiny, and this is a seesaw contest in the gauntlet. This, again, supersized, 9 competitors. There's another butterfly effect for Chase Destiny, floats over into the cover, and the young man advances again.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Satan's favorite sinner is here.
No, that's Amon, the demon. He doesn't care about championships or gold or glory.
William Lutz has been eliminated, and introducing the next competitor, Amon.
He just cares about one thing, and that's destroying and decimating Chase Destiny.
I mean, do you even call this the next competitor as he comes out here? I don't know if Amon knows exactly that he's in the TV title tournament. He just saw Chase Destiny and had the overwhelming urge to come out here and maul him.
We got to take a timeout.
What?
The gauntlet continues. Who's leaving tonight? TV champion.
If a client comes to me and they've been a victim of domestic violence, that's not just a single event. That's a state that they are in. So we're going to address their immediate safety, but throughout that process, I'm dealing with a bullied client. We can't make child custody based on fear, especially when there's no longer something to be afraid of. When we've addressed the attacker and removed them from the situation, now we can make reasoned decisions, not fearful ones.
back here in Davis Arena, ladies and gentlemen, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. The television title Gauntlet continues. The champion, Colton Cage, has not made it his way in yet. Chase Destiny and Amon with a lot of history in action now.
As we see Amon going for a cover here, this could be it. No, Chase Destiny continues to kick out and stays alive in this contest.
It's like the Void just can't break free of Satan's favorite sinner, Amon, Josh.
They can't. Anytime that the Void is out here and Amon shows up, those two gentlemen are fighting for their lives, and that's exactly what Chase Destiny's doing right now. He's fighting for his life and maybe even his soul.
Oh! Amon preyed on the weak and the vulnerable, manipulated and tortured Chase Destiny and Nigel, his tag team partner, for months and months and months until, gosh, Destiny had finally had enough.
Hold on, he's just banging his head against the mat there, and you're correct. Nigel and Chase finally broke free. But can he break free here and try to get the advantage to beat Amon for the television championship?
Well, the referee, admonishing Amon for that choke, but it looked more almost like Amon didn't care about the choke. He was trying to push his foot through Chase's neck and to the mat.
We see Amon now going for the clutch.
Well, I think this is less about a match, less about the Gauntlet and the television championship, as more as it is punishing Chase Destiny for Amon, punishing the Void for leaving his lair.
The welts on the back of Chase Destiny from where Amon was just raking his fingernails down it during the break.
Agony written all over the face of Destiny here. What kind of sick, twisted, warped individual is Amon?
It's one like I've never seen before, to be completely honest.
It's a perfect example of it's okay to listen to the voices in your head, but don't talk back. Oh.
What do you think's going through Chase?
Hold on, he's bit him!
Does Amon have his shots?
God, I hope so.
What kind of shots do you need to vaccine from a demon?
Certainly a tetanus. Does tetanus cover?
Hold on,
demon.
there's Schoolboy, but Destiny, he did it!
He got him!
Destiny with the victory over Amon.
Oh no.
Destiny beat the never-ending nightmare last week and Satan's favorite sinner this week.
Amon has been eliminated.
But no time to celebrate.
Introducing the next competitor, Brandon Espinoza.
And Espinoza's wasting no time going to try and pick the bones on Chase Destiny, this time hooking the leg.
Smart strategy by Espy.
Espy, who had a great showing this past week in a Clash in the Bluegrass, again, going up against Colton Cage and almost walking out with the victory.
Brandon Espinoza, a former OVW Southern Tag Team Champion with a superstar known as Paradise, but he's never held a singles championship here in OVW. Oh, a hard thrust kick here from Espinoza onto Chase Destiny. Follows it up with a textbook suplex here. Floats over into the leg, hooks the leg, and 1, 2, 3. Espinoza is advanced.
Chase Destiny has been eliminated.
Brandon Espinoza would love nothing more to get his hands on that OVW Television Championship, but he has a marvelous task ahead of him if he thinks that's going to happen.
Introducing the next competitor, Mr. Marvelous, Melvin Maximus.
Mercy said marvelous. A mountain of a man making his way to the ring, former multi-time television champion, former OVW heavyweight champion. Mr. Marvelous is like a human brick wall. His belly button even has muscles.
Well, let's see if Mr. Marvelous can take Espinoza to task here. And right away, you can see he's taking the fight right to Espinoza.
Look, you know what you get when you step into the ring with Mr. Marvelous, Melvin Maximus. It's all power all the time.
Melvin Maximus right now, he has muscles.
Googly.
He's got muscles in places people don't have places, and I can tell you this, those muscles, that rock hard muscle tissue, it's like getting hit with a brick. Every time he lays into you, but Espy with a shot to the back of the head.
And Marvelous is seeing stars here. Look how quickly the momentum shifted here, Doc.
You get hit in the back of the head, I don't care how big you are, it's gonna ring your bell.
Now Melvin's seeing stars, And Espy's taking advantage of it with that strong strike right to the face.
Again, this is a gauntlet match for the television title. The most vulnerable title, I believe, in OVW because it's not only defended every week, but it's defended every week in a multi-man contest. Cover here, shoulders on the mat. The champion does not know where he's going to come in the gauntlet. He does not have the advantage of if there's a count out, if there's a disqualification. It's certainly you have to be a fighting champion when you're the television champion, to say the least.
Now you don't have a choice.
I want you to look at something here, Doc. Ever since that shot to the back of the head, it's been all Brandon Espinoza.
Well, any hard blow to the back of the head, that's going to cause your brain to literally move forward and strike the front part of your skull.
That's a concussion, right, Doc? Shoulders on the mat.
It can be, absolutely. So consider a mild form of brain trauma. Oh!
And getting your bell rung like that, Doc, you can attest to this. It does something to you. You don't know where you're at. There's that ringing in your ears. You're trying to get your base under you.
Those lights are a little more bright afterwards, and it disorients you.
You know, a lot of people don't like Brandon Espinoza for the way he gets things done in the ring, but I got to say, he created a weakness here, and now he's exploiting it on Melvin Maximus, and that's good strategy. That's good, sound strategy here, Doc.
It certainly is. I mean, it's not often that we see Mr. Marvelous being taken to task like this. I may have spoken too soon.
Marvelous goes back to what brought him to the dance, and that's that power game. Oh. Added momentum off the rope. There's the power slam, 1, 2, 3, and Marvelous advances.
Brandon Espinoza has been eliminated.
Marvelous may have advanced, but he's still trying to shake those cobwebs out, Gilbert. I don't think he's 100% right now after that.
And here comes the television champion, public enemy number 1, Colton Cage.
Introducing the final competitor. He is the OVW Television Champion, Colton Cage.
Colton Cage finally got a good pick.
He got the final pick in the super-sized gauntlet.
Oh, you're right. That he did.
Where's Danny?
Yeah, that's a good point. Where is Danny?
He doesn't need her. He's Colton freaking Cage, Gilbert.
Dustin Jackson,
the real bro guy.
Ex-girlfriend who Colton Cage stole. And then got Jackson, his former tag team partner, best friend and bro god, locked up for it. That's why I call him public enemy number 1. What kind of guy? What kind of guy?
Flying shoulder tackle from Marvelous takes down the man from the Streets of Rage.
Gets a man locked up on trumped up charges and then steals his girlfriend. Who does that?
Have you seen Dustin Jackson? You're telling me he doesn't deserve that?
Yeah, I mean, look at Colton Cage versus Dustin Jackson. Who wouldn't want to be friends with someone like Colton Cage? Who wouldn't want to have Colton Cage by their side?
Me. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's you. I like him.
This fight is going to the floor here again. This is the finals of a gauntlet.
He might have lost another tooth.
The finals of a gauntlet television title on the line here. Melvin Maximus advanced against Espy. Colton Cage has come in fresh now.
Melvin's just beating him from pillar to post out there.
Melvin just
literally
ruthless. Colton Cage about to be toothless.
Yeah, Melvin's been champion before.
Referee Dan gets thrown out of the way, and Colton Cage kicks the rope right into Mr. Marvelous's.
Created a window of opportunity and leapt through it. Did Colton Cage into the cover? 1, 2, 3, and Colton Cage has defeated Mr. Marvelous.
Your winner and still OVW Television Champion, Colton Cage.
I'm going to take you back and show you how it got done, ladies and gentlemen. There you see the distraction, the scissor kick, and 1, 2, 3, Colton Cage defeats Mr. Marvelous. Survives, I should say, in this gauntlet.
Well, Colton Cage has the TV title in his grasp exactly where it needs to be and exactly where it belongs. I'm so glad we have him as our TV champ, Gilbert.
Me too.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. 2 entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
It doesn't matter if you've loved a day in your life. Within 4 to 6 weeks, we're gonna teach you how to weld.
OVW Rewind, brought to you by Lemmy Law. Need a lawyer? Get Lemmy at LemmyLaw.com. OVW and Lemmy Law, an unbeatable tactic.
Gunn, Tony Gunn, OVW Heavyweight Champion. Tony, thank you for giving me your time once again. I want to talk about your first month. You've been champion for about 30 days now, and what a 30 days it has been. It started with the man you defeated to win that title, the Monster Abyss.
You're exactly right, Gilbert, and that's the thing that I think nobody thought I could do. Slaying the monster, taking down the Monster Abyss. I did just that to become the OVW Heavyweight Champion.
2 more successful title defenses at live events, and then no time to rest or celebrate as the King of the Mountain, because the next thing you know, Sami Callihan is here in your house.
Be somewhere like bashing someone's eye socket in with a baseball bat by accident.
He comes into my house, spits in the champion's face.
No! What? You gotta be kidding me!
Hey, grab him!
That's the epitome of disrespect! You went to war at Clash in the Bluegrass with Sami Callihan, and at the end of that battle, the wrestling world was saying the name of Tony Gunn. But how are you doing both mentally and physically after going toe-to-toe with Sami Callihan?
You know, you said it just right there, Gilbert. It wasn't a wrestling match. It was a battle. It was a fight. It was a war. I mean, I got the battle scars to prove it, the bumps and bruises. Look at this right here. I strained my tricep in that match with Sami Callihan. And to tell you this, I will give credit to Sami. He was a tough competitor. We went 30 minutes toe-to-toe, but I came out victorious. But Sami did something. He brought out something inside of me, a fire deep down inside of me that's not going to go away.
He also got you noticed. In fact, after we went off the air on live television with Clash in the Bluegrass, Scott D'Amore, top management from Impact Wrestling, came to the ring, shook your hand, and said that you've earned an opportunity down the road at Impact Wrestling. So what can you tell us about that?
You know, Gilbert, that's something he stated, that I could prove myself on Impact TV. And that, to prove myself, that's something that I don't like hearing those words. I've been in the wrestling business for 15 years. I've been proving myself since day one. And I've been told that, Tony Gunn, you're too young. Tony Gunn, you're too old. We're looking for people 25 years or less. Tony Gunn, you're too short. You're not big enough. Gilbert, I've also been told, Tony Gunn, we like what you do in the ring. We like your promo skills, but we just have nothing for you. How backhanded is that, man? I've literally been told every reason in the book of why I shouldn't be in this industry. And the thing is, Gilbert, it's not about going to Impact and proving myself. I'm not proving myself to nobody or anyone. I'm going there to be me, to do me, to be me. And when I go to Impact, they're going to find out what the Gunn Show was all about.
We've talked about the last 30 days. What does the next 30 days look like? I know what the next week or so looks like. A live event in E-Town at the Armory, the OVW Heavyweight Championship expected to be defended in the main event. A live event the very next night at a place that is near and dear to your heart. St. Gabriel, you're successful in E-Town. You got a battle the very next night. And just a few weeks down the road, we're heading into the Saturday night special. All high-profile matches where the heavyweight title is expected to be defended. Are you ready to step up to those challenges with, we've seen your arm, Tony Gunn not at 100%?
You know, Gilbert, I think everyone knows that I'm ready to step up to the challenge. I showed that in the first 30 days. In this next 30 days, I'm going to treat it just like I did in the first 30. I'm going to come out guns a-blazing because I'm starving, I'm hungry, and I'm going to be damned if I'm going to let anybody take this from me. And I welcome everybody. Inside OVW, outside OVW. Heck, we can bring in Cash Flo. We can bring in the Hernandez brothers, the War Kings. I don't care who it is. Anybody that...
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Jackson.
Listen to the crowd at Davis Arena, Doc.
They absolutely love this man.
I have no idea why.
Well, either way, these two, Dustin Jackson and Colton Cage, have had a storied history of heated rivalry for months, and they're going to meet.
We're out here about a
in this
contract
steel cage.
signing. We're out here about a contract signing.
Outside the law, inside the cage.
Colton Cage, you retained your television title tonight, but everybody is wondering, first off, before we get to this contract, exactly where is Danny?
Poor Danny. Unfortunately, Danny's not feeling too well tonight. So, being the gentleman that I am and caring about her as much as I do, I told her to stay home because unlike Dustin Jackson, I know how to treat a lady. I don't hit them, I don't disrespect them, I just leave them satisfied all night long.
Who says chivalry is dead?
How considerate.
Well, nonetheless, on April the 6th, the news broke on social media earlier this week. It is outside the law, inside the cage. At the Saturday night special, it will be Colton Cage versus Dustin Jackson. And Colton, I want to get your thoughts on walking into this match with your former best friend and bro god.
First of all, that was never my friend. That was just some kid I used to get to the top and stand over him and become the god that I am today. As far as cage matches goes, I am Colton Cage. I am from the streets of rage. This is my match. This is my time. And this is the end of your career.
His last name is Cage.
You got an opportunity to review the paperwork and back. You can check and see that it's still in order. I need your signature right here on the bottom line.
I know, it's good to go, Gilbert. I've read it over. I want to sign it. I want to get this done. I'm ready for this to happen. Let's put words on it. Let's put ink to paper. That's how it works.
And I can't think of a better main event for our 99th Saturday night special than a cage match.
99th?
99th between these two men.
All right,
people are
Colton
starting to
Cage
stand up
has
for
signed the
Dustin. Cheer for him.
contract. Dustin Jackson, before you sign, I want to get your thoughts. This is the first time, our first opportunity to hear from you after you got out of jail last week.
I'll take it from here, Gilbert. I'm gonna hold it. See, Colton, I was for the last 2 weeks, I was locked up. And when you're locked up, Gilbert, you have a lot of time to think. And I've had a lot of time to think. And I've been thinking. And you see, these last 2 weeks, I've realized that you've ruined the last couple months of my life. First, you made me accidentally hit my ex-girlfriend, Danny. And then you got me locked up in jail. And I was inside of a cage. And I know what it feels like to be locked up. And come April SNS, you're gonna finally feel like, you're gonna know what it feels like to be locked up. And Danny, listen, bro, finally you did me a favor. You took her off my hands.
What?
That's probably the only thing good that you've done to me. Because let me tell you something, brother. I've stepped up. I've got a new girlfriend. You might know her. She's your ex-wife, Lily.
What? Whoa, wait a second here. Colton Cage's ex-wife? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is low. Well, Colton Cage can't believe what he sees, and I don't blame him.
Oh, no. Dustin Jackson just grabs Colton Cage. No, don't do this, Dustin.
No,
don't
no,
do
no,
this.
no,
Not
no.
the table. Ah!
That's our TV champion. He just put through a table. That's uncalled for. This is a contract signing. Dustin Jackson now motioning for the contract.
Dustin Jackson has signed the contract. It's going to be him and Colton Cage in the steel cage at SNS number 99, Outside the Law. April 6th. Get your tickets now at GladiatorSportsNetwork.live. Well, for Gilbert Coursey in the Easton Phil and Josh Ashcraft, I'm Dr. Manbeast Ted McNaylor, and we'll catch you next week on the next edition of OVW TV.